Hello, thank you for joining me. So this is going to be a read for the Divine Masculines. It's for those who recognise that they're in a twin flame dynamic. Now this isn't going to resonate for absolutely everybody, okay, because it's still a general reading. It's not gender or zodiac specific. As always, please use your own discernment. The intent here is to try and help the Divine Masculines to navigate the energies that surround them at this time. Please do keep in mind that the single most important part of the twin flame journey is union with the self, right? So you're already whole, you're already complete, you are consciousness. Never ever keep yourself stuck, keep pushing forward, focus on your self-growth and your spiritual journey, okay? Right, it's for Divine Masculines, please, for August. Right, so before I start getting into this for you Divine Masculines, I've felt led to put a little bit of shadow work into this read, okay? I'm doing the same for the Divine Feminines read as well. Basically, with this deck, we are going to look at energies of either someone around you that you're dealing with at this time, or this could be your energy. And we're going to take a look at the shadow aspect of that individual as well. Okay, so the reads this month is not for the faint-hearted. Okay, I will say that straight away. Also, just as a little side note, I don't know if this read is going to correspond with the Divine Feminine read, okay? This read could be for one group of twin flames, and then the Divine Feminine read could be for an entirely different group of the twin flame collective, okay? So just do keep that in mind as well. Right, so you got Father, light attributes, talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. So this is indicating that you've got very good leadership qualities with this energy, okay? Really good for advice, really good for staying grounded, helping others around you to stay grounded, taking charge, taking the lead, and just getting things done, okay? Some of you, your focus could be on supporting your family as well, supporting your group of friends. Some of you are doing that, absolutely financially supporting a certain friend who has recently just lost their job. You don't have to do that, obviously, but it's something that you feel compelled to do. It's that tapping into nurturing, but with discipline, okay? Now, the danger, because this is a shadow work deck, dictatorial control and abuse of authority. So avoid taking too much of the control, because that could come across as being a bit too domineering. And certainly avoid anyone who is of that nature as well. Abuse of authority. So this could also indicate that someone around you, Divine Masculines, might have triggered something deep inside of you that pertains to an abusive father figure. So it could well be your boss at work, for example, who's throwing their weight around, making demands at the last minute, moving the goalposts, anything like that, and their behaviour might well have triggered a father wound. I can see as well with this particular energy, you've all made a solemn promise to yourself that you will never ever abuse your authority. You would never go down the path that father figure went down. So yeah, just to avoid things getting a little bit too heavy, I am going to leave that one there. And we're going to move on to your tarot spread. Okay. Right, so in this read, we are going to be looking at your blockages, your counterparts' blockages. We'll be looking at what connects you, the potential outcome, and we'll be getting a message from Spirit as well. Okay. Okay, so the first question I'm going to ask is, what is your counterpart's energy? What is the counterpart's blockage? Thank you. Okay. What is Divine Masculine's energy? Thank you. What is Divine Masculine's blockage, please? Thank you. What connects these two, please? Thank you. Right. What is the message from Spirit here, please? Thank you. What is the potential outcome? Thank you. Okay. Right, so at the bottom of the deck, you've got the Hanged Man, that's Pisces energy. You've got the Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius, Six of Wands, Leo, Three of Swords, Libra, King of Swords, Aquarius, Nine of Cups. It came out off balance. I've just put it in reverse to remind myself of how it came out. That's Pisces energy. Five of Cups, Scorpion, the Devil, Capricorn, the Moon, Pisces. Astrologically, it would be Cancerian. Right. So we've got quite a lot to get through here. With this Hanged Man, I feel that this is you diving into your spirituality, Divine Masculine, that this is your overall energy. Now, when we're combining, and I am being drawn to put these two together, there's something about your twin flame connection that triggered this father wound. Some of you, you either had a distant or straight up absent father, or a massively abusive father when you were growing up, or a father figure. Okay, the twin flame connection, the energy that is shared in this twin flame connection, and you'll find that this is true in all twin flame connections, what it does, it's that third energy between you, because it's so intense. It's designed to trigger old memories, okay? And the reason why old memories are triggered is because there's still something unhealed about them. Now, this, you might have had a slip, that there could be a slip that is needing addressed. And what I mean by that is the temptation to become cold, withdrawn and distant, just like your father or your father figure was. Okay, you've recognised that that's been happening. You've recognised that you've been feeling closed off to the world around you. You've recognised that you've been closing off your emotions, which is not healthy. Okay, some of you have been brought up with the incorrect teachings of boys don't cry. Again, doesn't matter if you're a female watching this and you recognise yourself as a divine feminine, that the message is still true. You were brought up with the teachings that you were not to show your emotions. Now, the thing with that is, when that happens to kids, it's because it's annoying to the adults. That's what it's about. And that's horrible. Absolutely it's just not acceptable. And it's not an acceptable way to bring up children either. And you know this deep down. Now, through this connection, because of those triggers that the connection's brought with it, again, not because of the person, it's not the person that's triggering you, it's that third energy that I described to you, that is within the connection, that is the trigger. It's triggered these wounds, and so you've been taking a really close look at your shadow work, and you've been embracing your spiritual side, quite possibly without you even realizing that that's what you've been doing. So you've been doing the work. you've got the Magician under there as well. Gemini, Virgo energy. So it's you proper, full on, taking charge and taking control with the Father in the light attributes. So you see how that works. You had a really negative example of a father figure and you flipped the script. And that's exactly what you were supposed to do, which is fantastic. It's really, really nice because you focused so much on that and you've been dedicated to your growth. It's paying off. Right. Okay, so we're going to look at your counterparts' energy, and they got the Wheel of Fortune and the Six of Wands. So their current energy with your counterpart, Divine Masculine, they're looking for the goodness in life, and they're looking for the beauty that's around them, and they're really trying and genuinely trying to appreciate the beauty that's around them. They're exploring brand new opportunities at this time as well. They're trying to move forward as best they can in a positive way. There's still a lot of love with this energy. So it's, if you're in separation, chances would be quite high that you are in physical separation with your counterpart. They still very much love you. They wish you well. They're loving you from a distance, and they're moving forward as best they can. Okay, they are following their own destiny. They have been listening to the spiritual messages that they have been receiving, and they've been following that with faith and grace. And that's why their energy is showing up as the Wheel of Fortune. So your counterpart is on the right path and they are doing the right thing. Okay. Their blockages, the Six of Wands, their blockages, it could be ego. So your counterpart is still working on issues pertaining to their ego. Now, there's a vibe here of them still wanting your attention, even though they're still doing the work, that they're still doing everything that they should be, they're on the right path, they're doing fantastic. There's still this niggle in their energy that they're still looking for your attention. Okay, so that's their blockage. Yes, they have disconnected on a physical level, which is the absolute correct thing to do, because this is a spiritual connection and you have to deal with the soul rather than the person. They're head down, knuckle under, focus on work. There's still this niggle. They're still kind of looking over their shoulder every so often, wondering what you're doing, do you miss them, and all the rest. Okay. Your energy, the Three of Swords, heartbreak, grief, disappointment, very, very heartbroken about how the situation has panned out. This has not gone in the way that that you imagined, and that's why it's the Three of Swords. You're still dealing not just with the pain of this connection, but you're still dealing with the father injury as well. Okay. So you're working through a lot on an emotional level, and absolutely yes, you are going to need to give yourself time and work through this. You're doing an amazing job here, Divine Masculines, of not repressing your feelings. I'm also seeing in this Three of Swords, some of you are writing down your feelings as well, as a healthy outlet to get the stuff that is swirling around inside of you out. It's really, really healthy. Okay. Your blockage, the King of Swords, again, yeah, this father wound. So the King of Swords, straight away, because it's come out with the Three of Swords, again, your blockage is this icy cold, authoritative abusing individual who basically uses their power in all the wrong ways. You know, they use their power and influence for bad rather than for good. That's still a blockage. So that father wound, it goes deep. Also, your blockage again old programming that was instilled into you, that, that there's still that icy wall. Okay, you're doing the work though, Divine Masculines. I don't want you to sit there and feel disheartened because it's still showing up in your energy. I want you to use it as fuel to keep propelling yourself forward and to be even more determined to keep doing what you've been doing, which is putting in the work. Knock down the rest of this icy wall. Okay. What connects you two, as in you and your counterpart, the Nine of Cups, it came out off balance, happiness. So what connects you two is this overwhelming feeling. It's a shared opinion that, like, you're telling yourselves individually that you don't deserve to be happy anyway. You're both doing it. And that's not true. You know it's not true, yet you're both still doing it. You're both still sitting there going, oh well, maybe I wasn't here to be happy. Maybe I wasn't here to find my contentment. You know, it's bullshit. As I say, you both know that it's bullshit. Again, it's that emotional damage that was done to you way back when. It's still hanging around and it's still active in both of your energies. Also, with this coming out off balance, it can indicate someone who is looking for instant results as well. So patience is the thing that is going to connect you two. Okay, there is no instant fix for this situation. It's going to take time, energy. It's going to take love for yourselves. Okay, this is what's connecting you. It's all about learning self-love, and I know how crass that sounds. That's what's coming out in your read though. Okay, I can't control what's coming out in your read. I just read your cards. All right. Okay, message from Spirit. You got 2 cards for your message from Spirit, 5 of Cups and the Devil. So the 5 of Cups is all about regrets, wishing that you'd done things differently, feeling like you're not good enough, or that you don't have enough, or that you can't give enough. And then the Devil. On this particular occasion, this is a negative vibe with this Devil. It is. And it's negativity towards yourself. So the message from Spirit is, look, again, don't focus on the negatives. Like, straight up, that is your message from Spirit. Do not focus on the negatives, because that potentially is going to set you back 26 steps, you know. Acknowledge the negative way that you feel about yourself. See, this is how you do it. Acknowledge how you feel towards yourself. Sit with it. And then ask yourself, that's funny. Where did that thought come from? Where does that feeling come from? And then you'll actually discover those thoughts and feelings that you have towards yourself are not genuinely your thoughts and feelings. They're the thoughts and feelings of somebody else that they implanted into you. That's where it's come from. So the next time that you make a mistake, for example, say you've forgotten your car keys, instead of going, oh, for fuck's sake, I'm such a fucking idiot, nah. Instead of talking to yourself that way, or if you realise, oh shit, yeah, I've already just done that, stop yourself in that moment and go, okay, now why am I talking to myself that way? So if you can imagine, would you talk to a child that way? No. Then why would you talk to yourself that way? If you wouldn't talk to a child with the same tone of voice that you talk to yourself, then don't do it. Okay? That is your message from Spirit. The potential outcome, the Moon. So the potential outcome here is basically, it's being kept hidden from you at this time, Divine Masculine. For whatever reason, I am not allowed to clarify this card. Okay, because I'm getting no. They're not supposed to know just yet. So your potential outcome is still a mystery at this point in time, because they don't want you getting distracted. They don't want you to think about the relationship, the connection with the other person. They want you to think about the relationship and the connection that you have with yourself. Straight up. Okay, that is where your love, your focus and your energy needs to be at 100%. Right. You're very afraid of the future. You're very, very concerned about what may or may not happen. And again, they don't want you to think in those terms. You're being clearly redirected to keep yourself grounded, get yourself back on track, and start focusing on the present moment, on the present day, on the present week, step by step by step. Okay? Don't jump too far ahead of yourself, because you're still in the thick of doing a lot of emotional groundwork. Okay? Right. It's a really deep read. It's not going to resonate for absolutely everybody. That's a given, because it's a general read. Somebody needs to hear that message though. Someone needs to understand they're on the right path. Okay, twin flame secrets. No one will ever love me like you do. I really care about you, even if my actions show otherwise. So I do feel that, see this one, I feel that this could be what you would ideally say to your counterpart. Okay. Now this deck's going to be a bit weird, and I would prefer if they come out this way. So if any drop behind me this way, it means that I have dropped them, because you can see my fingers are there. Oftentimes I will accidentally drop from behind. If that happens, I will pick them up and put them back in the deck. So it's just so you know beforehand, so that you know I'm not fudging the read to go in the way that I want it to go. Okay, right, you've opened my mind and I want to know more about you. Okay. Now this could indicate either you or your counterpart were not very spiritual at the start of this connection. One of you has become spiritually awakened through this connection, and they want to know more. Please talk to me. I'm feeling stuck between a rock and a hard place. I feel a synergy between us. Yeah. Okay. So you see with that, please talk to me, I do feel strongly that that is your counterpart. They're wanting you to talk to them, and it's like right now, it might muddy the waters a bit if that was to happen. I mean, yeah, obviously talk to each other, help each other through the situation that you're going through. Fantastic. I mean, be in each other's supportive network. Ideally, wouldn't that just be amazing? But then you need to think about that whole problem about, yeah, but now I really want a relationship with this person and I want to be involved with them romantically. If that happens too quickly when neither of you have done the healing work, it would end up in disaster. Okay, right, so the next thing that we're looking at is healing messages Now we've got two decks here. We've got the Divine Masculine deck and we've got the Divine Feminine deck. So it's completely up to you if you take both of these healing messages for yourself, because as you'll know, everybody has got Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine within them. It just depends on which polarization you lean more towards. Okay, so you could take both of these cards for yourself, Divine Masculine, or you could take the Divine Masculine one and say, right, well, that one's for my counterpart then. Okay, it's completely up to you. If you take them both, then obviously this will help to heal your inner Divine Masculine, and this will help to heal your inner Divine Feminine. Right, so the Divine Masculine one is set your heart on doing good, do it over and over again, and you will be filled with joy. Don't know, that's not zooming in, is it? Yeah, set your heart on doing good and do it over and over again, and you'll be filled with joy. So everything that you do, do it from the heart space. And exert yourself with thoughts of benevolence and be soft in your speech. So that's how to help heal your inner Divine Feminine. Exert yourself with thoughts of benevolence and be soft in your speech. Have a healing message, please, for Divine Masculine. Okay. Right. The Time Master. Okay, so we'll do the usual rule of three if you really focus on the card and see if you can pick out any details that might mean something specifically only to you. Okay, right, so it says time is a construct of the human mind through which life events are seen to flow in a straight line from past to future. This, however, is an illusion. Time moves in patterns, fractals, sometimes turning like a wheel and others moving straight as an arrow. Humans see time like a ticking clock, and this image reminds us that there is only so much of it to spend in life, like a kind of currency. At any given moment, you can see time in all of its infinite potential, at once vast and all-encompassing, then shrunken and finite. It all depends on your perspective. When the Time Master visits you, he asks the most important question: will you break free from a limited cause and effect thinking by moving beyond the linear illusion and welcoming the cyclic quality of time? You find yourself in a moment when the wheel of time turns and you're able to influence the past, thus changing the present and future simultaneously. This is the true test of the Time Master. You're being invited to take back your power, so let go of the past and choose to step into your life. In this moment, you're all powerful. You are the Time Master and anything is possible now. Sometimes it appears that you're running out of time. You worry that you won't get what you need or want. Everything gets stuck like a logjam. This is only in your mind. Time expands and contracts according to your ability to be mindful and observant. Fully engage in your now. It's time to release the story of your past. Equally, it's time to release your need to know the details of the future. I'm a little bit freaked out right now. Every single one of these messages has already come out in your read. It's just really weird the way that tarot works. All the treasure magically reveals itself when you remain relaxed and present to what is directly in front of you and nothing else. Then you realise that actually you have all the time in the world. You will never run out of it. Wow. What an incredible read, Divine Masculines. I am honestly and genuinely going to really struggle to emphasise further on that card for you without repeating everything that I've already said in your read, like word for word. So yeah, that is what I have for you, Divine Masculines. If you would like to book a private reading with me, then the link to do so can be found in the descriptions box, and it's in my pinned comment below. If you're on a mobile device, you might not initially see the pinned comment that I've left for you. So if you just scroll down and click on the comments box, and then the pinned comment will pop up. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.